Hi guys, so for today's tutorial with the gorgeous Erin Zool, I'm going to be showing you how to create super glowy skin with really beautiful defined and lifted eyes using all soft matte tones and finishing the look with the perfect pink lip and cheek. So I've already prepped Erin Zool's skin with the Charlotte Tilbury skincare routine, and I'm now using Light Wonder foundation. The Light Wonder shade I was using was shade 6, and now I'm using shade 4 in the Magic Away concealer to really brighten up the under eye area. I like to apply this using my eyeshadow blender brush because it's nice and soft and fluffy and allows me to apply a thin layer, which I then tap in with my fingertips. It's important to tap in products like this rather than rubbing and tugging around the delicate eye area. Now I'm adding a very small amount of number 6 Magic Away, a slightly darker tone to match the skin tone, while Ari is sleeping peacefully. I'm going to use the Hollywood Contour Wand in the shade Light to Medium, but you can see I'm using a very small amount because I don't really want to bronze up the skin too much. Ari really has beautiful natural skin and already defined cheekbones and amazing facial framework. So I'm trying to keep it natural, just enhancing it ever so slightly. Every face shape is different, so it's important to only contour where needed. With contouring, anywhere you apply the darker color will bring more depth to your complexion, and anywhere you apply the highlighter will make the area appear more prominent. Now I'm brushing up the brows. I find brows to be a really important part of any makeup because they frame the eyes and they hold so much expression. They can make you look happy or angry or surprised, so it's important not to make them look too severe. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Supermodel Brow Gel. A good rule to follow is always use your liquids and creams first, and then use your powder to set the makeup before you apply powder blushes or bronzers, just so you avoid any patchiness. This is one of my makeup kit essentials. It's the Dior Brow Styler. I usually have the Universal Medium and the Universal Dark shades in my kit. This is Universal Dark, and it's just such a great pencil because it's got an itty bitty little fine tip to it, which allows you to draw on individual hairs. I actually used to work for Dior as my first job in makeup, so I've had it ever since. Next, I'm applying a very small amount of the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher in shade 2, so a brighter shade, just to correct and perfect around the brow area, and these small little touches really can make a look complete. Now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to really keep the brows lifted and in place throughout the day. I'm curling the lashes, which I actually already did when I was prepping the skin. I usually do that at the start of every makeup, but I'm doing it again now before I start the eyes, just to give them a real lift, which will be set into place when we apply mascara. I'm applying my favorite lip balm by Creme de la Mer, which I usually do at the beginning of any makeup, but sometimes I forget, so it's always important to just make sure lips are really soft and supple and prepped with a great conditioner. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away concealer again, but this time in shade 3, which is quite a bright shade on Ari, and I'm using it as a base on the eyelid, which is really going to help hold the matte eyeshadow look that I'm going to create over top using the Sophisticate palette. I'm going to create a really defined and lifted eye look that's super simple to recreate, and using really natural and wearable colors. So first I'm using Dark Pearl, which is one of the Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleons. These are really great kind of chubby eye pencils, which you can use either as an eyeliner, or you can smudge it out like I'm doing now and use it as a really great kind of smoky eyeshadow base. So I've just done a kind of feline flick shape, and then I'm using a little smudger brush to just soften that out, and again building on to add a little bit more definition, and then I'll smudge and blend again. I'll follow the exact same process that I did on the other eye, so using first the Dark Pearl Color Chameleon pencil across the lid, and then lifting it up to create a feline flick. And you can see I always have my model's eye open when I'm creating a feline flick or any liner looks. And this is something you should try to do at home as well. It will really help you create a more symmetrical look that is suited to your eye shape if your eyes are open. Now for the Sophisticate palette, which is a neutral matte palette with vanilla, taupe and chocolate tones. I'm starting with the prime tone, which is the lightest tone, all across the eye. I'll mix the taupe and chocolate tones and again apply with a small brush across the lash line over top of where I've applied the Color Chameleon and softly into the crease. Then I'll use a blender brush to really soften that out, and I've added a tiny bit of the caramel tone, which is sort of an in-between tone, which is great to diffuse the colors together when you blend. Blending is essential for any eyeshadow look. I recommend to keep a clean, fresh blender brush with you, not one that you've applied the eyeshadow with, but a new one to blend out the colors. You can also use your finger to pack on any additional pigment where needed. Now that I've created a great lifted blend with the eyeshadows and liner, I'm going to apply another layer of the Color Chameleon eyeliner just to redefine the lash line, using my little smudger brush to really lift that up again. You can layer as much or as little as you want with makeup until you create your desired effect. I really love Sweet Lashes, and the new Nikki Makeup No Lash lashes are my personal favorite. You can see they create a really beautiful eye look. You can see the difference from Aries 2 eyes. I use a tissue to take away any excess lip balm from the lips, which just makes it a bit easier when applying your lip liner over top. And I'm using the Pillow Talk Lip Cheat, which is one of the most popular colors from Charlotte Tilbury and a real staple in my makeup kit. And this is a really great pencil to just shape and define the lips. If you take your lip liner and actually scribble it all over the lip, it will actually prolong the wear of your lipstick. And the Charlotte Tilbury ones in particular are waterproof, so it lasts a lot longer. This lipstick is a really pretty pink shade called Dance Floor Princess, and as you can see I am using the bullet direct on the model's lips. It's actually brand new, and I often use brand new products when I'm filming tutorials just so they look great on camera and you can see how to best use them. The product would then be sterilized or gifted to the model if it's not a product that is possible to sterilize after application. One of my favorite tricks is to use the lipstick on the cheeks as a blush, and this is a great way to get the perfect match from lips to cheeks and really tie in the color harmonies of your look. I'm blending it in with the Magic Complexion brush, and you can see when you use the lipstick it really keeps a really super glowy look to the finish of your skin, and you can just layer it on until you get the desired intensity. I would say, however, this is a look that looks great on camera, looks great for a night out, or if you want that super glossy effect. However, if you've created a really full coverage look, lipsticks obviously don't provide the same long wear as a powder blush. Now that the lash glue has dried, I've actually used the lash curler gently over top of it to really lift the lashes again, and now I'm adding a bit more mascara. So I'm getting carried away with this look because Ari is just so beautiful. I am loving painting her face. So I'm just adding and perfecting. I'm using a little bit of the Retoucher concealer, which is a really, really good concealer to use actually to brighten and to touch up with throughout the day if you do bother to touch up. And I've just used a lighter shade again, the same one I used underneath the brow bone, and this will just really brighten up the under eye area and make the eyes pop. And again, I'm just using that technique of tapping in the concealer with my finger. To add a little bit of extra glow onto the top of the cheekbones, I'm using the Hollywood Beauty Light wand, which you can then tap in with the Magic Complexion brush or with the tip of your finger. You can also use the Hollywood Beauty Light wands on the inner corner of the eyes to really make the eyes pop. This is an old Hollywood makeup trick that creates the illusion of bigger, brighter eyes. And you can also use this very, very lightly. I wouldn't use too much, but underneath the eyebrow bone. So that completes my finished look. I really hope you enjoyed it. My girl Victoria Ralph is just putting in the finishing touches for hair on the gorgeous Ari. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please like it and comment and let me know, and I'd love to do more.